like, I really don't know what is happening with that software, but this looks like it's coming along pretty well. Uh, I've seen other people use it. I figured it was time to give it a try. Maybe this might be the right streaming software for me. So, anyways, guys, based Ron DeSantis is bringing the heat to Disney. What do you guys think? Hold on a second. I'm actually going to post the link to Twitter right now just to see, any of my Star Wars friends have any comments to say. But yeah, it's been a pretty interesting turn of events. Ron DeSantis showing he's not playing around. He basically has the mouse by the balls, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can invite some people right now. I haven't ever used StreamYard before, and it's oh my god, these people. But yeah, I haven't ever used StreamYard before, so it's like it's a new experience for me. Okay, so how do I? Oh, hey, it's Lightsaber. Hey, what's good? So anyway, I'm trying to see if I can share this screen. Um, don't exactly know how. Let me just see if I can. Well, anyway, I'll just post the link to the article. But yeah, it's been really, really bad for dead. It's like, let's just take a look at, let me read this article real quick. The Villages. In a surprise announcement on Tuesday morning, Ron DeSantis says there's an additional focus of this week's special session. He said lawmakers will consider stripping Disney of self-governance power in the state. The governor called the special session originally to work specifically on a congressional redistricting. They also will be considering termination of all special districts that were enacted in Florida prior to 1968, and that includes Reedy Creek Improvement District. Dang, bro. DeSantis then issued a proclamation calling for the special session to be expanded to include consideration of terminating all special districts, blah, blah, blah. Minutes later, filed the legislation, tweeted, Disney is a guest in Florida. Today, we remind them. Oh, man. Oh, bro. bro, that is tough right there. I don't know what you guys think about that. I mean, that is just, to me, that is just that's crazy. But that's crazy to think about that. I mean, like, you know what? I actually, the only thing, I feel like each streaming service is different. Like, I'm noticing with this one, it's like it's not really convenient to me if I want to share a screen or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's, hold on 1 second. Camera, all right, virtual background. Yeah, the only thing about this is that you can't freaking show the screen. You can't stream directly from the desk, like a desktop screen. So that kind of sucks, to be honest. Hold on 1 second. Because I really want to show you guys this without it just being. And Minicam gives me audio issues, so every streaming service is something, you know. But I really wanted to show you guys this article, and I'm kind of upset that I can't share the link on Twitter in case anyone wants to get at me on Twitter about this subject. Hold on, how do I? There you go. But yeah, just tell me in the chat, guys, like what you guys think about it. I feel like DeSantis really has Disney by the balls in this situation. I mean, he's calling all the shots, and I like it. You know, it's about time we struck back against these rampant degenerates, you know, that are just screwing up our society. I mean, when will it end? It never ends. And today it's like finally common sense. Where was this like 15 years ago, like 12 years ago? You know? Disney is a guest in Florida. Today we remind them. On Tuesday, Republican House Speaker Chris Sprouls spoke out about Disney's special powers from Tallahassee. I don't think there's another special taxing district in the state that I'm aware of that has the ability to construct their own nuclear power plant. I think that the wonders of Disney. Yeah, just send a magical Disney nuke. Kind of reminds me of that skit with the nuclear strike. Jesus, dude. Some guy like made a CGI uh, some CGI animation where he's basically like Burger King, where it's like ANCAP. Oh yeah, the ANCAP, the ANCAPistan, where Burger King and McDonald's have taken over the world basically, and yeah, it's freaking hilarious. Go watch it. But they decided to brand this entire anti-grooming bill as the "Don't Say Gay" movement. They are applying this bill only to affect Reedy Creek and not the villages. This is political retribution. They are punishing Disney for speaking out against them on "Don't Say Gay." Of course, the Democrats have labeled this as "Don't Say Gay" because you can't say anything about their precious protected group. You know. So just to think, just 15 years ago, everyone would have been supportive of this. Not even 15 years ago, like 10 years ago, like none of this would have flown. Like DeSantis would be a national freaking hero. He would be a national hero. And now it's like oh, you can't say that. Oh, don't say gay. They've labeled it "don't say gay" as like an attack on gay people. Screw these people, man. Honest to God, like if this leads to backlash against the LGBT, I'd say it's about time, honestly, because everyone's realizing that the crowd that is getting they're getting a little bit too open. The LGBT crowd is getting a little bit too open about the problems of shall I say, child abuse, to put it lightly, a light euphemism, so that I don't get blocked on YouTube. But yeah, child abuse and sexual abuse in the gay community. Yeah, they've been coming out a lot more in favor of that. I'm not sure if any of you saw my retweet where the ODU professor, and apparently this was from a year ago, the ODU professor was was talking about how they want to destigmatize MAPS, as in minor attracted peoples. You know what I'm saying? Like pedos, aka pedophiles. And you know what? We tried to, well, we were warned. People try to warn others, say, hey, like, this whole gay thing is going to end up really badly for everybody. Yeah. Alan Walker, as in Al Lynn Walker. They, them, of course. And pushing for pedophiles to be destigmatized, and of course they're part of the LGBTQ. They're part of the alphabet gang that is currently trying to. They're trying so hard. They're thinking up every single way that they could word it so that pedophile just doesn't have a negative connotation in your mind. It's a battle going on for your mind. Alex Jones was right about everything. I don't give a shit about Sandy Hook, but yeah, he was right about everything. He's Church was right about these people being pedophiles, closet pedophiles. The LGBT movement was just a front for pedophiles. Libs of TikTok exposed this weirdo. I'm pretty sure this is a woman that is taking male hormones and trying to look like a man, or it's a man that's taking what I'm pretty sure it's the woman trying to be a man. But yeah, these people, they are really really sick and twisted, like, and they want to push that onto your kids. They want to push that onto your kids. Hey, what's up, Sentinel? What's good, man? Um, I thought you were like, honestly, I don't know what happened, man. Yeah, I don't know what happened to you. You got put in Twitter jail, huh? You got put in Twitter jail, bro. But yeah, it's been like, it's like, dang, bro. Like, can't Disney just stick to making freaking good films? Like, can't you just stick to that? And just the arrogance that is seeping through this company is just embodied in this one gigantic L that they're taking right now. It is just crystallized in this moment. This gigantic L. They may lose the rights to self-govern because they actually chose to die on the hill of sexual degeneracy and pedophilia. They chose to die on this hill. They chose to die on this hill. Like, and I'm not sure how many of you guys have watched my other video, the "Will Convert Your Children." Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree completely with you, Sentinel. family entertainment, not grooming kids. Family entertainment, and they were telling me. I know I saw the article on Twitter when it was big news, but they were telling me that they wanted to. Well, telling everyone that they wanted even more LGBT representation after they heard the "Don't Say Gay" thing. I was wondering where the article was because I know I saw it online somewhere. But anyway, we're talking about this article right here. I'll just post it in the stream again. And basically, it's like, dude, like we all this is coming together at once. The whole Glenn Youngkin thing, parents are starting to wake up. The parents are starting to wake up, and that was what was essential because it's like back in the early 2000s, it was like everyone knew, like, bro, this is wrong. Like the LGBT stuff is wrong. Teaching kids that this is, you can't say that you're born this way. You have no genetic. There's no genes involved in being gay because you don't pass on your genes. And it's like if you do, you're involved with another man, and you're either depriving them of one sex or another. Because it's like you're either choosing to be, if you're gay, you're a gay man, you're choosing to be with the man instead of your family. You're depriving them of you as a man and the upbringing. Or if you choose to involve your kids somehow in this weird lifestyle, then you're depriving them of their mother. And so it's like, and we all knew that it was wrong, but somehow the Democrats were like, oh yeah, like, by the way, screw all of you. We're going to get this passed without a vote nationally via the Supreme Court. And now that the Supreme Court is conservative majority, they're freaking out, like, oh well, they were freaking out, I know, because they were like, oh, gay rights will get abolished and blah 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 blah. And it's just like, well, you should honestly, I think we should take the opportunity to put it back on the ballot, like, really, because not every state wanted it. It should be up to the states, really. It should be up to the states. But now that the Supreme Court has made it the norm, now that they've made all this weird shit the norm, thanks Supreme Court, uh, we have a lot of ground to cover, but this is a good first step. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like how do people like teach their kids right from wrong when we have people literally saying, oh yeah, by the way, we want the state to step in and teach your kids, and there's nothing you should be able to do about it. The state should have all control over your kid and like how you freaking teach your kid. Like, just what? Like, if you don't want your kid learning something, well, tough, because we're going to brainwash them anyway. And these people are getting fired left and right, thank God. And thankfully, people like libs of TikTok are pointing this out, really. I mean, honestly, Disney could be a lot more successful. All these companies could be a lot more successful if they weren't just so dang arrogant. If they weren't just so freaking arrogant. Like, it boggles my mind. I mean, I don't know what gave George Lucas the idea to sell Star Wars as a property to Disney, but he made a big mistake. A big mistake. And it's just like, we see now, especially when all this was coming out, Disney stock was first plummeting. In that video I did on Easter, with the whole 4 people being arrested for at Disney for pedophilia. 4 pedophiles were arrested. At Disney. Disney has been getting a lot of negative press, my dude. 4 sex offenders uh, arrested at Disney. You know, and I love it when you try to Google it. They have damage control from U.S. News at the top as the first result for me. 4 pedophiles arrested at Disney. That's what I just Googled, and the first result isn't the actual thing that happened. That's the second result. The first result is the damage control. Fact focus. They're fact checking me, guys. Oh my god. Oh no. Post maligning Disney lack evidence. Lack evidence, guys. And meanwhile, the actual news that you want, right, is all the way down here, like maybe the 4th or 5th result. Of course, after CNN. After CNN, the most busted name in news. Yeah. So Disney has a huge child predator problem. And it's just like, bro, like just that's why I said in one of my videos, I was just like, bro, just let me run Disney let me run Disney. I could run Disney better than all these goons, these freaking corporate soulless goons. Yeah. Disney is interested in your kids. Yeah. In recent weeks, the company has entered the political debate about Florida's parental rights and education legislation. Yeah. Dang, bro. But behind its I'm gonna post this link in the chat. Yeah, pretty much. I see Boba Fett. It was good, bro. But yeah, it's like it's almost like people predicted all this crap happening 20 years ago. It's almost like they predicted it. It's almost like the church was not on the wrong side of history, guys. It's almost like they were right about the whole LGBT thing. It's almost like God was right. It's almost like God was onto something when he said that, yo, this gay shit is not what I had planned for you. It's almost like God was onto something when he created us male and female. You know? It's almost like he was onto something. But yeah, check out that article. Like, hey, you go tell people about God nowadays. They want to and screech at you. Keep your rosaries off my ovaries, man. Oh yeah, yeah. But then we want to talk about genocide and shit like that. Planned Parenthood is the main killer of black kids in America. Killed more black people than the freaking KKK ever could. Yeah. Literally founded by the Democrats and the eugenicists to stop black people from reproducing. But no, reproductive rights and shit. All right, so let's continue reading this. The Walt Disney Corporation has long, blah, 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 presented itself as the voice for America's children. According to company lore, animation studios founded this place for kids, happiest place on earth. Yeah, so behind its meticulously curated self-image, Disney has a long-standing problem with child predators gaining employment within the company and exploiting minors, huh? 2014, at least 35 Disney employees had been arrested for sex crimes against children, attempting to meet minors for sex and possession of child pornography over the previous 8 years. The stories are horrifying. You know, it's just like, bro, why would you 14-year-old girls entice someone he thought was a 14-year-old girl for sex? Joel Torres allegedly brought condoms to have sex with a 14-year-old child. Alan Treaser, 14-year-old boy to fulfill a fantasy of being big teddy bear for younger chaser. Jesus, dude. I mean, like, no, dude, come on, man. But we have people like Alan or Al Lynn at ODU trying to destigmatize maps. Destigmatize maps, guys. Holy shit, man. And then this guy, this idiot, I'm going to retweet it on my Twitter feed, but basically a Bush Cheney advisor, this whole scummy uniparty neocon twisted shit, saying if Jesus Christ was alive today, he actually said this. If Jesus Christ was alive today, he would be called a groomer. Are you kidding me, bro? These people disrespect your faith 24/7, get you to swallow the bitter pill of LGBT nonsense. But when you fight against pedophilia, then they start screeching and, oh no, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's against gay people. How is it against gay people again? How is it against gay? How is fighting pedophilia in the classroom against gay people again? And they get real kind of quiet because you just hit a nerve there. You just hit on the connection between or their goal, what they're trying to do. They're trying to add that P to the end of the acronym, bros. I'm telling you, they're trying to add that LGBT pedo. They're trying to add it. They've been trying for a very long time, and they're trying to make Jesus out to be, Jesus is really gay. Yeah, just all kinds of blasphemies against God. And they feel like, oh, you won't do anything because you don't take it seriously. I think it's about time we do something. Let them know that you know why they don't screw with Islamists and jihadis unless, like, of course, they're in their country shooting them down. But like once they're here, they're like, oh, they try to pander to them. Because that's the demographic they want to replace you with. People who are going to shut down your free speech. Won't hesitate to freaking kill you, for some weird beliefs they have, over something that you can or can't say about their supposed prophet of God or whatever. But it's ridiculous. Like they wanna shut you up. All right, so you can't talk ill about the LGBT. You can't talk ill about, so and so person. You can't talk ill about this problem that Disney has, and it's just like, why can't you just stick to Star Wars? And the arrogance of this company. When one security officer protested, Disney authorities allegedly told her to keep your mouth shut about the crime. Moreover, according to advocates associated with the International Cruise Victims Organization, Disney's trade association lobbyists had proposed and then watered down federal legislation that would have required stringent safety and reporting protocols for sexual abuse on cruise ships. Dang, bro. And this was in 2014. A crew member on the Disney Dream Cruise was caught on security cameras molesting an 11-year-old girl. And they failed to report the crime until after the ship left, which allowed the man to evade arrest, of course. Instead of joining the drumbeat of fashionable left-wing sexual theories and promoting gender ideology in elementary school classrooms, A more productive campaign for Disney executives would be to identify and remove the predators from within the company's ranks. You'd think that, wouldn't you? You would think that, wouldn't you? That would be common sense, right? That would be common sense. I mean, I guess that would make too much sense. Yeah. Anyway, guys, like, didn't you know Jesus was the first mutant? Yeah, yeah, bro. He was the first mutant, bro. You know, I like this whole thing, but like the only thing I'm not a fan of is the fact that I can't share images on StreamYard. Like I don't know how to do that. Uh, if anyone has any streaming services they recommend besides Streamlabs, I already have that. Yeah, I'm more than willing to go to that. I've been looking and looking for a better for a better streaming service. But yeah, feel free to let me know how y'all feel. I posted the StreamYard link in the chat, so you guys want in, go for it. But yeah, I think it's about time that this happened. Um, I find it hilarious just that the reaction of the left, just showing how in bed they are with this movement and just how they can't really justify this. They try to live a life without God and they can't justify anything that they do. They would rather die on this hill than to ever admit they were wrong. And if they admit they're wrong, it's always a half-assed kind of apology. And I like the tough approach. I like this. Um, Ron DeSantis, I don't know if you ever come across any kind of streams like mine, but if you do, you're a based mad lad, and I definitely respect you, bro. Um, our country needs to be taken back, and one step at a time. Uh, really, really happy that this is happening. Finally, there's some semblance of justice, I guess. Uh, but yeah, it's been a bad month for Disney. I mean, like the stock is just plummeting. Everything is going wrong for all the right people. And I just, you know what? Everyone thinks I hate Disney. I mean, it's not that I hate Disney. I want them to change. I want them to freaking change. You know, I want to enjoy Disney again, but I can't be associated with this arrogant ass company. I can't. I really can't. I want Disney to be what it was like back in the '90s, where they actually gave a shit. Oh my god, dude! In today's episode of Ben Shapiro, this guy is friggin' awesome. In today's episode of F Around and Find Out, today's Disney stock price down 5.56 today, 5.5% today. Oh snap, dude! I'm gonna retweet it. Shit's hilarious, bro. And since I'm in StreamYard and I can't really screen share, I don't know how to. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Look at, oh man. If only you could see the yeah. Take a look at those photos. Ben Shapiro's status, like, just the stock is plummeted, my guy. But yeah, the whole LGBT gang is getting exposed as pedos. I mean, we talked about it before. I talked about it before in that video I did, where they're basically like, where they have all these kids at the gay pride parade, and that doesn't seem a little sus to you. You know, you talk out against that. Oh no, we're not pedophiles. You homophobe. You know, they make up all these words. Homophobe. Like, what the hell is that? Like, if someone is afraid of gays now, like, who's afraid of you know, of these? Who's afraid of a gay person? Like, honestly, tell me. None of, not me. Certainly not me. You know, anyone afraid of you? We actually kind of pity you, but yeah, it's like you got to pray for these people because they have, you know, it's a mental illness. I mean, what they have, they really want to defy God that badly, you know, and it's a really sad that they want to plunge everyone else in the same hell that they're in, you know, and of course, you know, everything is coming out to light. Everything that we predicted 15 years ago is coming true. That if gay marriage is legalized, we have no sexual standards, and it's just like, well, if a man and a man can marry, then a woman and a woman can marry. Then why can't a man marry a freaking sock? Why can't a man marry a freaking mannequin? Why can't um you know, if sex doesn't have any meaning, then why can't I just identify as a robot or a freaking dragon? You know, all this ridiculous bullshit. Like, you know, that people don't think about when they're saying, oh, they're out there in the streets screeching about LGBT rights. Oh, they just want to get married. Oh, they just want to get married. They don't think about the consequences for future generations. And it's just like, now it's like, oh, well, you know, if a man can marry a shoe and another man and whatever, if a man can identify as a freaking horse, then why can't he just marry a horse? Why can't a man identify as a 13-year-old girl? And they have done that. Man identifies as 13-year-old girl. I remember seeing that. Why can't a man identify as a 13-year-old girl and marry a 13-year-old boy? Just like, you have to take it to its logical conclusion, you know. And that's what people did not do back in the early 2000s. Well, a lot of people were deceived, and a lot of people were actually were not, you know, but they just lost a lot of power, you know. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is gay for Kim Jong Un. Poor Doc Sinovia, man. I mean, like, I wonder if he really thinks that, like, or if he's just another, if he's just trying to get on the grift game with Hassan Parker and the rest of the commie grifters. I mean, communism is another thing. It's just like, and this whole LGBT thing is part of it. It's part of that communist grift. It's like, and I said this, I know, in one of my videos. Communism, socialism, and fascism, or wait, hold up. Communism, fascism, and Nazism all stem from the same root, and that root is socialism. Now, people want to act like, oh, just because Nazism was focused on nationalism and national identity, that it was a right wing ideology. No, it has socialism baked into the name, socialist policies baked into the ideology. Like, it's a left wing ideology. It's all about collectivism. It's not about the individual. Oh, okay, libertarianism is a right wing ideology because it's focused on the rights of the individual. Anything that is not focused on the rights of the individual as opposed to the collective is not a right wing ideology. Anything that's not focused on that is not a right wing ideology. So, I mean, I don't want to get off topic here, and I feel like I have. But dang, bro, it's just to think that like Disney could lose it all because they stood with a bunch of pedos, and they're probably going to arrogantly double down on this. I know they're probably going to arrogantly double down on this crap. They're never going to admit when they're wrong, like a bunch of petulant children. They never want to admit when they're wrong. Yeah, and it's really kind of sad because it's like you expect grown adults to read the room. Like, bro, this is not okay. I don't care who screeches at the top of their lungs. Why does Disney just like stop hiring these rainbow haired weirdos that obviously are part of the LGBTQ whatever? Why don't they stop? They're the ones in charge. Like, they literally lobby for all this crap. They and the Democrats have lobbied for all of this, for us to mandate that you know organizations hire a bunch of diversity hires and gay, they must hire. They set the standards for themselves because they think that's what people want. And it's not nobody wants this. Everyone rolls their eyes in disgust when they see, oh, Disney hired the first gay or black or LGBTQIA plus. No one cares. Everyone either rolls their eyes or they're like, oh, that's cool, and they just go on with their lives, like, because no one cares. That's not important. What's important is Disney doing their job. Is Disney making movies for kids that don't involve a sexual lifestyle, like that don't involve that with it. I mean, because it's like, just teach kids how to be baseline normal people, and the baseline normal is heterosexuality. That's why we call everything else is deviant. That's why they have to cope in the streets with their gay pride parades to show how gay they are, because they're insecure about their sexuality. And that's why they want to get kids involved with it, because they're insecure about their sexuality. It's like, oh, man, I could rant on for days and days about this, but it's just like, it's good to finally see that there's common sense people that don't want kids being taught that the LGBT lifestyle is normal when it's not. Okay, if they hit puberty and they want to do that, all that nonsense, make sexual choices for themselves, that whatever. Like, if they want to If they're 18 and they decide they want to do all that crap, like, go ahead. I personally feel like at that point, if you haven't raised your kid right, it's on them and it's on you, you know. But it's just like, dang, man. Like, they were really, really trying to die on that hill. Yeah. Okay. On another subject, though, what would you guys like me to put on a shirt in the next month or so? Like, I'm thinking about getting back into the shirt game. I have a few designs. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna post something on Twitter. It's gonna be a poll. You guys can vote on it for all you want. Um, I know I've been slacking lately, but hey, real life calls. Uh, been making moves, moving to different states and all that. So my life has been a journey, and I'm still on it. I'm still trying to get on my feet. Things have been happening left and right. So I mean, I appreciate any support I get from you guys, and I appreciate all my fans. Uh, yeah, people who agree with me, people who disagree with me. I mean, like, it's whatever. I mean, you guys make it too, so you guys make it work. But I'm just glad to see there are still based people around here fighting back against the madness and giving us all a sense of normalcy. All right, guys. I think I ranted all I can rant today. Disney is getting what they've deserved. Disney is getting all of their just desserts. I think that the conservative backlash is here. The churches and the pastors and everyone were right when they said all those years ago that the LGBT movement would eventually lead to the legalization of pedophilia, and that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to support. That's the nerve that Ron DeSantis unintentionally pinched when he said, "Oh, you know, we're going to fight for kids' rights for their children in school to determine what their children should be taught in school." That's what they got all triggered over, because they knew that they weren't going to be allowed to brainwash your kids anymore. That they weren't going to be allowed to pump in this LGBT nonsense here. But when China says, "Oh no, you can't have that nonsense over here," they stop, because they know China doesn't play around with that. We have to let them know that we are done. We are done playing along with this LGBT nonsense. We are done letting our kids be brainwashed and sucked into this cult. It is a cult. They want your kids, and they want to screw your kids. It's a cult, man. I mean, it's all about sex. That's all it is. It's a cult where I don't think they have a god in the cult, but they hate God, but they try to make Jesus gay. Like, does that make sense to anybody? Does that make sense? They hate God, but every single. I just saw this Easter that they in a comic they had Jesus Christ as gay. Some guy was making fun of Jesus Christ, saying, "Oh, he would be marching along with the gay pride parades," but they make fun of your faith, and you just gotta sometimes you gotta take it. But it's just like sometimes it's like enough is enough. Like we have to push back for normalcy, for people, for normalcy in our movies, for our movies to not have a gay agenda, for Star Wars films to actually be great. We have to show Disney some ways or another that we, the fans, have a voice. the reason why I'm celebrating this is because it's like Disney got too full of themselves and they're too arrogant. Um, so yeah, I've gone on for long enough. I think Jesus, over 50 minutes. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna post a poll on Twitter. Let me know what you guys think. What shirt designs I should post, and would you guys like to see some of my artwork? Let me know. Um, Support Coast. I am signing out. Wow, Disney is getting blown out. Anyway, peace.